I joined the entire Filipino nation in celebrating the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of the Philippine independence. The challenges of the past years have tested our character as a nation. Each of us have been called upon to be heroes in our own right, in fighting for our survival and devoting ourselves to the common good, just as our heroes did more than a century ago. With their noble example inspiring us, we look forward to a brighter future, filled with hope that we will overcome the challenges brought by this pandemic. May the patriotic fervor continue to burn in our hearts. Mabuhay ang malayang Pilipinas!
I convey my warmest greetings to all Filipinos overseas as we celebrate the 123rd anniversary of the Declaration of Philippine Independence. I recall back in 2018, when I was in New York, we celebrated this special event with our iconic Independence Day parade along Madison Avenue. Tens of thousands of Filipinos flocked to Manhattan to be part of this Fiesta Grande, and we danced the day away. Wherever Filipinos may be in the world, in New York, London, Dubai, Melbourne, Tokyo, Egypt, and many other places, June 12 will always be our special day. We get together, eat Filipino food, indulge in familiar joys, Pinoy music, art, film, dance, stories that for a day take us back home. As the one thing Filipinos look forward to every year, surely this was one of the top things sorely missed last year because of the pandemic. This year, celebrations will be subdued as we have just started to cross the threshold from isolation to vaccination. The theme of Kalayaan 2021, Spirit of Freedom in Unity and National Healing, cannot be more appropriate. Vaccinations have progressed all over the world, including in the Philippines. Yes, here, don't smirk. We have surpassed the 1 million mark of fully vaccinated people. We are cautiously optimistic that as the numbers of the vaccinated continue to increase, so infections and casualties will decline. During this pandemic, the Filipino diaspora has contributed much to the world in keeping besieged healthcare systems afloat, especially in the most advanced countries, in manning maritime vessels key to trade and commerce, and in running critical infrastructure of many countries. I commend Filipino frontliners abroad for doing what they are best known for: selfless service and gentle nurture, so desperately needed in these terrible times. Our healthcare workers are our best and most credible ambassadors of goodwill, beside whom even diplomats pale. They don't just avow saving lives, they do it. The Filipinos' dominant global helping presence single-handedly vindicated our push for receiving countries to adopt the Global Compact for safe, orderly, and regular migration. I was there in the United Nations when some countries expressed reservations over the Global Compact. Many of these countries now see the Filipino as essential to their recovery. They cannot heal without you. The global Filipino has redefined to a higher level what it means to be an essential worker. I cannot convey enough of my deep respect for you. Our esteem will always go hand in hand with our commitment to extend fast, responsive, and quality service through our embassies, missions, and consulates abroad. Our repatriation efforts in this pandemic, which started with teams going to Wuhan, continue to this day. No matter where you are, if you are in grave risk, you can count on the DFA to leave no one behind. That is our blood compact with overseas Filipinos. If we have to suture our cell phones to our ears and our fingers to the keyboard. The DFA, together with the Department of Tourism and the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, has been rolling out virtual fetes through the Fiesta Filipina series. We are also holding an online Independence Day concert entitled Lessons for a Changed World, a virtual room with a view on the way of life of our indigenous peoples. In addition, each foreign post is mounting its own virtual celebrations. As we heal together, let us celebrate our nationhood together. And if we cannot do it physically, DFA will bring all this to you in your homes. I cannot say for certain that normalcy will be completely restored, but I believe that down the dark tunnel, the global situation will improve, and the Filipino diaspora is part of the light at the end of it. Pandemic or not, this is the best time to be Filipino. Mabuhay!
kababayan, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ngayon po, sabay-sabay po tayong masayang magdiwang dahil this month of June ushers in the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of Philippine independence and the third Filipino Heritage Month in Canada. However, this year's events will be different from commemorations of the past. This pandemic really disrupted our lives as it inflicted much pain and hardship to everyone. It mercilessly devastated the economic balance sheet of every country, including the Philippines and Canada. This is sadly because this pandemic does not discriminate. It affects everyone and anyone. I am indeed proud of how the diaspora of about 1 million Filipinos here in Canada have enhanced their family life while contributing to the progress and development of Canada. Mga kababayan, as we celebrate the proclamation of Philippine independence, let us bring to the present the bravery and nationalism of our Filipino forebears who offer their lives for our freedom since 123 years ago. This has been passed on to us because brave Filipino men and women cherished and protected this freedom. Now, we are called upon to use this freedom we enjoy to unite and heal our communities. As we celebrate the Filipino Heritage Month, let us honor the contributions of our kababayans to Canadian society over many decades, weaving their own stories of hard work and compassion into the country's vibrant and multicultural tapestry. I enjoin you to celebrate this important occasion and share the beauty of Filipino culture with your communities. This is indeed a very auspicious month to introduce our rich Filipino heritage to the Filipino youth so that they will understand why they are Filipinos and be proud of our rich and vibrant Filipino heritage. We have a responsibility to do no less for future generations of Filipinos. As I join our kababayans around the world in commemoration of the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of Philippine independence, I also join all Filipino Canadians in celebrating Filipino Heritage Month in Canada. Before I close, I enjoin all Filipinos to join the Asian community across Canada in standing up against the unreasonable hate or racism against Asian Canadians, including Filipino Canadians. Let us all watch out for each other and work with the overwhelming majority of Canadians who do not tolerate racism in whatever form. I wish you all a meaningful commemoration of Philippine Independence Day and an enjoyable celebration of Filipino Heritage Month. As my final note, I encourage you to continue to follow the guidance of your local health authorities. I also hope to see you all soon when we can physically gather together again as one community. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang Pilipino.
esteemed guests, our beloved Filipino kababayan, and their friends, I convey our warm greetings as you join us on today's virtual celebrations of the 123rd Philippine Independence and the Filipino Heritage Month. Please allow me to greet our kababayan in our national language. Sa aking mga minamahal na kababayan sa lungsod ng Toronto at sa mga karatig na lugar, gayon din sa lalawigan ng Manitoba, maligud ko rin po kayong binabati ngayong buwan at araw ng pagdiriwang ng ating ika-123 taon ng kalayaan ng ating pinakamamahal na bansang Pilipinas. Para sa paggunita ng kalayaan 2021, ang ating pambansang tema ay pinangalanang Diwa ng Kalayaan sa Pagkakaisa at Paghilom ng Bayan, or translated into English, Spirit of Freedom in Unity and National Healing. For 2 years now, the focus of the world has been in ensuring the healing of those affected by the pandemic and in ensuring the well-being of the systems that help regions, countries, and communities to be able to carry on. It has been challenging times, but also a time that shines light on the goodness that is inherent in humanity. During this commemoration of the Filipino Heritage Month and today's 123rd Philippine Independence Day anniversary, we would like to celebrate people and humanity in its unity. Our ancestors, whose heroism brought us priceless and invaluable freedom as a people, our Canadian brothers and sisters who have given recognition to our Philippine heritage and are celebrating with us this meaningful month, and our Filipino community in Canada who live in unity with them and together pursuing with them the end of this pandemic. When we focus on all the goodness born despite and more so because of this pandemic, this meaningful month and this day truly becomes a joyful celebration for all of us. I'm happy to note and very grateful to extend our sincere thanks to our community and our Canadian friends for helping us celebrate this meaningful month, and also in adopting proclamations in the provinces of Ontario and Manitoba, as well as in the cities in these two provinces, to be able to celebrate our Independence Day this year and our Filipino Heritage Month, and equally important, the Quincentennial commemorations of the Philippines this year. These historic acts recognizing the contributions of Filipinos in the economy as well as in enriching the diversity and social fabric of the provinces of Ontario and Manitoba and Canada as a whole is indeed an inspiration for the Filipino-Canadian community, especially for the healthcare and essential workers, including Filipino frontliners who have selflessly offered their lives to be able to care and save lives during these challenging times. I'm happy to note that during this virtual celebration, we are paying tribute to Filipino Canadians and Canadian individuals, community organizations, and government agencies who have supported the Filipino community and the Philippine Consulate General for so many years. I would like to extend our congratulations to you all as we continue to celebrate Philippine Independence Day today, the Filipino Heritage Month in the month of June, and the Quincentennial commemorations of the Philippines. Maligayang pagdiriwang ng kasarinlan ng Pilipinas, maligayang pagdiriwang ng Filipino Heritage Month, maligayang komemorasyon ng 500 taon ng Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayong lahat.
As Manitoba's Deputy Premier, I'm honored to congratulate the Filipino-Canadian community on the celebration of Philippine Independence Day and Filipino Heritage Month. Filipinos have chosen Manitoba to call home since the 1950s and have established their roots in every part of the province, including rural and urban centers. As a result of this, the Filipino community has become an integral part of Manitoba's social, economic, political, and cultural fabric, and the Filipino language has become one of the most commonly spoken languages in all of Manitoba. In every way, the Filipino community has made Manitoba better. The Manitoba Filipino community has contributed to the growth, prosperity, and development of Manitoba and will continue to do so long into the future. Your generosity, kindness, and community spirit makes Canada and Manitoba an even better place to live. I offer my appreciation for the vibrant Filipino heritage and culture and the success and strength of the community. On June 12th, Manitoba will proudly fly the flag of the Philippines in Memorial Park. Happy Independence Day and Filipino Heritage Month. We thank you and celebrate with you today and always. Mabuhay!
Mabuhay! Mayor John Tory here. June is Filipino Heritage Month, in which we celebrate the long and the rich history of the Filipino community in Toronto and indeed right across Canada. It coincides with Philippines Independence Day on June the 12th. This month is treasured amongst Filipino Canadians and all Canadians, including me. It's a welcome opportunity for everybody across the city at large to learn about and to celebrate the Filipinos' vibrant culture, which is so deeply rooted here in Toronto. And it's only growing. In fact, as you know, the Filipino community is one of the city's fastest growing communities, and with it, Tagalog is one of the leading languages spoken in our city's neighborhoods. And we're a stronger city for that. So for all of that, I want to extend my warmest wishes to all those in our Filipino community and for their valued contributions. And great thanks as well to the countless Filipino Canadians who have served on our front lines through the COVID-19 pandemic. Generosity, selflessness, resiliency. These are hallmarks of our Filipino community, and you've heard me say before, alongside family, where you do such a great job of showing leadership in how to be good parents and good people and good families. Faith is something that's a hallmark of the community as well, and of course, I can't leave food out of that. And all of that is exhibited vividly every single day. I am so looking forward to the day when we can celebrate together again, whether it's at the picnics in the parks that I've been privileged to attend over the years, want to talk about food, or the Taste of Manila event, or a host of other things, the basketball tournaments. And I do continue to make the promise that when these events are back on, I will eat the bulot next year. I promise that I do it, and it will happen. So thank you again for all of your tireless Mabuhay efforts in person. Once again, I hope that the hope of the vaccine and the continued adherence to public health guidelines, including the fact we're having to be virtual with this celebration, will make that day when we can be together again approach very quickly. So again, Mabuhay, happy Filipino Month, Toronto.
Hi, I'm Marco Mendocino, Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship. In June, we commemorate the extraordinary cultural contributions of the Filipino-Canadian community through Filipino-Canadian Heritage Month. And this June 12th, we also celebrate the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of Philippine independence. Obtaining independence in 1898, the Philippines is comprised of over 7,600 islands and is home to so many communities, each with their own vibrance and uniqueness. Here in Canada, we have about 1 million Filipino Canadians of Filipino origin. From coast to coast to coast, Filipino Canadian communities decorate our cities with their culture, delicious food, and vibrant traditions. I want to thank in particular the Consul General to Toronto here in Canada from the Philippines for honoring me as a recipient of the Quincentennial Award, and to express my sincere congratulations to all of the other recipients. Although our celebration of Philippine independence will once again be virtual this year, it in no way diminishes from the warmth and the appreciation that we have for the contributions of the Filipino Canadian community here in Canada. Best wishes to everybody on Philippine Independence Day, including to my friend Consul General Castro and to your entire team. Mabuhay!
The 500th anniversary of Christianity in the Philippines is an occasion, of course, of great celebration for the whole community of people from the Philippines. But it is also a time of great celebration for all of us, I think especially here in the Archdiocese of Toronto. The way in which we have advanced as a community of Christians is very, very much influenced by the example of people who have come to this country from the Philippines and from the Catholic community who have so wonderfully led us in the experience of faith and have proclaimed it in the wider community. And so I wish to express my deep appreciation as we celebrate this great anniversary.
Happy Filipino Heritage Month. Maligayang Buwan ng Pamanang Pilipino. This month gives us the opportunity to celebrate and recognize the incredible contributions that Filipino Canadians have made and continue to make to our country, Canada. This year also marks the 123rd anniversary of Philippine independence. I know this has been a difficult year, but by continuing to follow the public health guidelines, you're keeping your family and your community safe. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the essential and healthcare workers in the Filipino Canadian community for being on the front lines in the fight against COVID-19. So as we celebrate this month, I wish you health and happiness. Maraming salamat.
Mabuhay! I'm Deb Schultz, Member of Parliament for King Vaughan and Canada's Minister of Seniors. Thank you to the Filipino-Canadian Association of Vaughan and the Consulate General of the Republic of the Philippines, Toronto, for inviting me to speak in today's virtual program celebrating Filipino Heritage Month and the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of Philippine independence. With a community of nearly 1 million, Canadians of Filipino heritage are one of the fastest growing communities here in Canada. Filipino Heritage Month gives us the opportunity to learn about the rich heritage and history of Filipino Canadians and celebrate the contributions they continue to make to our country and right here in King Vaughan. Today, on Philippine Independence Day, we come together, united, to celebrate the spirit of freedom in unity and national healing as we continue to fight against COVID-19. This year, I'm glad the community is still able to come together to virtually celebrate this historic day. In future celebrations, I look forward to once again gathering at Vaughan City Hall to enjoy the flag-raising ceremony and the wonderful performances and food organized by the Filipino-Canadian Association of Vaughan. Throughout this pandemic, we know many Filipino Canadians across the country have been hard at work in essential roles, like frontline workers, including a significant portion of the heroes caring for our seniors and our vulnerable in homes across the country. I want to say thank you for your hard work and the dedication you've shown during this challenging time. Let's continue to support and uplift each other so we can get through the challenges together. Thank you. Salamat.
Maligayang bati po sa inyo. I am Salma Zahid, Member of Parliament for Scarborough Centre. It is my honor and great pleasure to be one of the recipients of the Quincentennial Awards 2021, organized by the Philippine Consulate in Toronto under the leadership of Consul General Castro. I cherish this recognition because the Filipino community, not only in my riding of Scarborough Centre, but throughout the whole of Canada, has always been very close to my heart. Throughout my career as a public servant, I have met many Filipinos from all walks of life. I have always been inspired by the faith, love for family, concern for the community and those in need, and the determination and resilience of Filipinos. You have a culture that truly needs to be shared and celebrated. That is why I authored and pushed for a private member's motion that resulted in the declaration of the month of June as Filipino Heritage Month in Canada from coast to coast to coast. At the height of the pandemic, and even now as we move towards recovery, the strong character of Filipinos shone through brightly as they carried out their duties as frontline and healthcare workers, contributed in whatever form they can to help others. Today, I am one with you to celebrate the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of the Philippine independence, the 500-year celebration of the introduction of Christianity in the Philippines, the pivotal role of the Philippines in the historic Magellan-Elcano circumnavigation of the globe, and the victory of your hero, Lapu-Lapu, in the Battle of Mactan. Mabuhay and Filipino!
Kumusta? I'd like to extend a very warm Manitoba welcome to everyone joining us virtually today on behalf of our Premier, Brian Pallister, and all of my colleagues in the Manitoba Legislature. My sincere thank you to the Philippine Consul General, Castro, and the many community organizers for bringing us together for this very important commemorative virtual event. June is a special month for our Filipino community. It not only marks the 123rd anniversary of Philippine independence, but also the 62nd anniversary of a community here in Winnipeg. And I was so honored to proclaim 2021, the Quincentennial commemorations of the Philippines here in Manitoba, a milestone in the collective history of the support of the Christian faith in the Republic of the Philippines. And today, the Filipino community is one of the fastest growing communities here in Canada. And in Manitoba, over 83,000 people of Filipino origin have come to call our beautiful province their home. And to commemorate these milestones and contributions that this community has made, the first Philippine Heritage Week was first installed in 1981. And 3 decades later, this week is still celebrated. And most recently, June has been recognized as Philippine Heritage Month by our province and also at the federal level. This month provides all Manitobans the opportunity to learn and celebrate the rich history and the ongoing contributions of the Filipino community. It also acknowledges and affirms the community's efforts and continued participation in the culture, economy, and society of our province, and in various sectors such as the arts, sciences, and healthcare as well. And over the past year, our Filipino community has played an invaluable and vital role in helping fight COVID-19. In Manitoba, this community has been well represented at the front lines of the pandemic, aiding in roles such as nurses, caretakers, support workers, and other healthcare professionals. And we are deeply grateful for your service and dedication. Filipino Canadians play an important role in this province's past, present, and future. And this month allows us the opportunity to recognize all of their contributions that they have made locally and very broadly. So I extend my warmest wishes to everyone celebrating Philippine Independence Day and Heritage Month here and across our country.
Greetings from Manitoba, Canada. I'm Malaya Marcelino, MLA for Notre Dame. And on behalf of the provincial government, I wish to extend my greetings for a happy Independence Day for Filipino Canadians and for Filipinos all over the world. Mabuhay!
Hi, I'm John Henry, Chair of Durham Region. On behalf of the region, I am honored to recognize and celebrate the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of Philippine independence and Filipino Heritage Month. This is a time to celebrate the many significant historical milestones and achievements and the impact of Filipino culture has had on Canada and Durham Region. This is a significant occasion for the Philippines and the Filipino Canadians, many of whom reside in the region of Durham. I hope that all of you celebrate and enjoy the many events surrounding this historic moment for the Filipino community, both here in Durham Region and around the world.
Mabuhay. Hello, I'm Mayor Frank Scarpitti from the city of Markham. The month of June is a very special month for the Filipino Canadian community. It marks the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of Philippine independence. It's also Philippine Heritage Month, and this year it is also the Quincentennial commemorations of the Philippines. I'd like to thank Central Rizal for organizing and ensuring that this event was possible despite the current public health challenges. A special thank you as well to Consul General Orontes Castro for your steadfast commitment to championing our strong diversity while raising awareness of the rich history and culture of the Filipino community. It's also my great honor to receive the 2021 Quincentennial Award. This is truly something I will treasure, and I'm pleased to accept it on behalf of our entire community. I'm truly touched by this gesture, and I believe it's a reflection of the special bond that I have as the mayor and that the city of Markham has with our Filipino community. I'd also be remiss if I didn't mention that we recently lost two respected and much loved members of the Filipino community. Former Councilor Alex Chu, affectionately known as Tito Alex. Alex was the champion here at the City of Markham for the Filipino community. He was the patron of the annual Philippine Independence celebrations. Alex made an extraordinary contribution to Markham and beyond during his 33 years on Markham Council, making him the longest serving member of council. Another great loss, not only for the Filipino community, but the city of Markham, was Rosalina Bustamante, a respected educator and a community leader. She was of great help to me and Markham in establishing our first Race Relations Committee. We will miss them both dearly, and on behalf of the city of Markham, I offer my sincere condolences to their families and, of course, the entire Filipino community. As Canada's most diverse community, we are proud to be home to a very vibrant Filipino-Canadian community. We're delighted to be celebrating their rich culture and traditions, and of course, their amazing, significant contributions to Canada. As the Mayor of Markham, I extend my very best wishes to everyone celebrating and commemorating this momentous milestone. Enjoy.
Mabua, and on behalf of the City of Mississauga and the members of my council, I join the Filipino Canadian community to commemorate Philippine Independence Day and Philippine Heritage Month. Mississauga is home to an active, engaged, and vibrant Filipino community with nearly 25,000 of our residents of Filipino descent. Our Filipino population has and continues to make valuable contributions to the city of Mississauga and across this great country. Our shared interests, values, and priorities are equally linked by our shared understanding and dedication to philanthropy, culture, and the arts. Attending the many Filipino cultural events at Mississauga Celebration Square is something I look forward to each year. Residents gather from far and wide to learn and enjoy the diverse cultural contributions, genres, and famous performing artists inspired by the Philippines. It is my hope that the bond between Mississauga and our country's Filipino community continues to grow. Once again, I join our Mississauga and Canada's Filipino community to mark Philippine Independence Day and Filipino Heritage Month. Please stay healthy and stay safe.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Eileen Davila and I'm the Medical Officer of Health for the City of Toronto. I am also a very proud Filipino Canadian. And I would like to offer my congratulations to the entire Filipino Canadian community as together we celebrate Philippine Independence Day and Filipino Heritage Month. In particular, I extend my well wishes to my kababayans here in Toronto who, like Filipinos all across the country, have enriched the communities they've joined with their hard work, their kindness, and their fortitude. You know, over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've had some time to reflect on what is most important to us in life, to reflect on what really matters. And when I think about what really matters to most of us, they are the very same values that are at the core of Filipino culture and Philippine Independence Day. Justice, equity, fellowship, and pride in our community. And I believe that these are the values that we should look to as we seek to define our shared post-pandemic world. For now, that post-pandemic world is still a place of great uncertainty. But like the moments following independence, it is also a world of opportunity to consider and to achieve what it is that we want for ourselves, for those we love, for Toronto, for Canada, for the Philippines, and for the entire world. Once again, I wish you the heartiest of congratulations as we celebrate Philippine Independence Day and Filipino Heritage Month. To all of you, mabuhay.
Mr. Consul General, friends, members of the Philippine community, it is truly a pleasure to speak on Philippines Independence Day. I am so excited to be the recipient of the 2021 Quincentennial Award and to be part of a celebration. As a representative of York Center, I am proud to say we are home to one of the largest Filipino communities in the GTA. You have come here to this country to start families, to start businesses. You have contributed to what we call community in Toronto. When you come to Bathurst and Wilson, when you come to Earl Bales Park, you see the joy and celebration of a community that has contributed so much to our city and has made it what it is today. I have enjoyed thoroughly the ability to help the Filipino community when they come to my office, whether it is on a business matter, whether it is placing their kids in a local school, whether it is a social services issue. We are there to help, and I know that this is a resilient community, is a thriving community, whether it be in business, whether it be in sciences, whether it be in the medical profession. We are truly blessed to have the Philippine community as frontline medical workers during this medical crisis, during this pandemic. They have provided the healing, the saving of lives, and have done much in our medical institutions and our hospitals. We thank you so much. We owe a great deal of thanks to the Philippine community for the wonderful things they have done in the city, and have they made the city what it is today, and we appreciate it. On Philippine Independence Day and during the Philippine Heritage Month, we say a great thank you to this great culture that has spread its wings all over the world, but particularly here in Toronto. And I look very much forward to next year, when everything is safe, we can once again gather on Bathurst Street for Taste in Manila, one of the great celebrations of Philippine history, culture, and cuisine in the world. It is a wonderful sight to see the tens of thousands of people gather in celebration on our city streets. I hope everyone stays healthy and safe, and of course, mabuhay!
Hello everyone, my name is Lisa Bauer, Ward 3 Councillor for the town of Ajax. On behalf of Ajax Council, I'm so honored to be one of the recipients of the Quincentennial Award. As a very proud Filipino Canadian, I'm truly grateful to be here and see that there are more community organizations and government agencies that have more representation for our residents in our communities. Filipino Canadians make up a large percentage of the Asian community in Ajax and across Canada. I'm proud to be a member of council and honored to represent my community. Filipino Heritage Month, this is a time where we reflect on the many contributions that the Canadians of Filipino descent have made to the economic, social, and cultural fabric of Ajax. Again, I am so honored to be here, and I am wishing all of you a safe and celebratory month ahead. I'm looking forward to celebrating together in person one day. Mabuhay!
Hello, my name is Joseph Martino, Chair of the Toronto Catholic District School Board. It is my pleasure to be here to celebrate Filipinos' Independence Day and Filipino Heritage Month, recognizing the many contributions of Filipino Canadians to the cultural mosaic of our nation. I am honored to receive a Quincentennial Award this evening, and I extend my congratulations to the Filipino Canadian community on this special occasion. The Toronto Catholic District School Board is proud to commemorate Filipino heritage through educational, artistic, and social opportunities held each year. And this year was no exception. In March, TCDSB celebrated 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines through a number of events, including a special Mass and an art contest hosted by the Filipino Consulate General in Toronto. We further recognize the many contributions of Filipino Canadians through Filipino Canadian Heritage Month, held each June, with Filipino Heritage Day celebrated on June 12th. We are proud to host these events that shine a light on the many opportunities that our TCDSB community engages in that promote diversity of language and people on our board. Canada is one of the most diverse nations in the world, filled with traditions and culture influences that, in their unity and coexistence, result in unique Canadian culture mosaic. We are grateful to our Filipino-speaking communities for their many contributions that support student success and Catholic education. Thank you very much. Stay safe. God bless. Enjoy today's celebrations.
Mga kababayan, as the only Filipino-Canadian Catholic trustee in Toronto, I'm very much honored to join the entire Filipino community today, June 12, in the multifaceted celebration on this auspicious occasion of the 123rd anniversary of the Declaration of Philippine Independence. The 2021 Filipino Heritage Month in Toronto and the Quincentennial Commemoration of the Philippines. The theme, Kalayaan 2021, Diwa ng Kalayaan sa Pagkakaisa at Paghilom ng Bayan, Spirit of Freedom in Unity and National Healing, aptly resounds with a shared faith and values in all of us to heed the call in the spirit of harmony and working together to love one another in getting us through these challenging times. An immense thank you is in order to all the Filipino community members, organizations, and its leaders, Consul General Orontes V. Castro and staff of the Consulate General and Central Rizal Toronto staff for their steadfast fervor and vibrant leadership in the collaboration and coordination of these events. TCDSB has officially proclaimed June as Filipino Heritage Month, and June 12 as Filipino Heritage Day, to be celebrated every year since 2018. We're most blessed to celebrate the once-in-a-lifetime Quincentennial Jubilee of the arrival of Christianity in the Philippines, QJCP, at the Toronto Catholic District School Board, as well as the historic milestone signing of the proclamation of the QJCP celebration for 2020 and 2021. The proclamation recognizes and honors the rich history, contributions, dynamic culture, and vibrant Catholic faith of the Philippines. We're indeed honored at the TCDSB to be the first foreign government institution worldwide to recognize and proclaim the 500-year commemoration in the Philippines. These declarations were only made possible by the strong support of the Philippine Consulate General's Office, with a very diligent advocacy of vibrant Filipino community leaders and organizations, many of them instrumental in establishing the Filipino Heritage Month celebrations in the City of Toronto, provincially, as well as Ontario, and federally throughout Canada. The Filipino diaspora is now the largest ethnic group within the TCDSB family of schools, with more than 30,000 students, representing 1 in 3 of our Catholic students. The official recognition of Filipino Heritage Month at all levels of government are of great importance and significance to all of us, so we can provide our Filipino-Canadian youth with the opportunity to understand and connect to their roots, and enrich our school communities with the sharing of our faith, culture, and traditions with others. I believe the greatest aspect of our Filipino heritage is that our Christian faith and values has been firmly intertwined and has very much become an integral part of our culture and tradition over the centuries. The worldwide celebration of the 500-year anniversary of Christianity in the Philippines is a huge testament to who we are today and what comes as second nature to us when we're doing our very best and all we can do to help others in need, especially in the healthcare and education service sectors in these challenging times. At Toronto Catholic, the Gifted to Give theme for the Quincentennial Jubilee has been adopted as the main theme for our Filipino Heritage Month this year, as it resonates very well with the Filipino-Canadian folks when we give back and share with everyone the gift of faith which we were blessed with half a millennium ago. In collaboration with the Philippine Consulate General's Office, we're delighted to showcase the talented artwork of 111 TCDSB students featured in the Central Rizal Philippine Consulate General's Art Competition. My heartfelt gratitude to the entire Filipino community and their ardent leaders for their invaluable contribution and continued support of Catholic education. Salamat po sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay and God bless.
Good evening. Greetings. My name is Bonner Villabrosa. I am the president of the Hamilton Filipino Community Center. I represent about 10,000 Filipinos in our area, including the surrounding areas. I'm here to give you greetings in the celebration of the 3 occasions that we have for the month of June. As you know, in Canada, the month of June is a Philippine Heritage Month. We're celebrating this for the 3rd year now. And in the middle of this, in the middle of June, then we celebrate our Philippine independence, the 123rd Philippine independence. And there is something new, the celebration of the Asian Heritage Month. As you know, this is becoming an issue worldwide now. Asian lives matter also. As you know, the physical celebration of these events are curtailed because of the pandemic. However, we, the Hamilton Filipino Community Center, find it proper and timely to celebrate on a special occasion. This is the time now that we thank our special breed of Filipinos who are in the front of this huge pandemic going on right now. The Filipino nurses, and the Filipino doctors, the Filipino medtechs, the PSW workers, the nurses' aides, and many others who are in front of this huge wall. And sometimes they sacrifice their own life just to help others. To them, I thank them, and that thank is spelled as THANK. They are my heroes, your heroes, and everyone's heroes. And at this time, I'd like to make an announcement on behalf of the Hamilton Filipino Community Center. We will be distributing an ayuda form of aid to our Filipino seniors, 65 years and over, with some form of disabilities and housebound due to the grip of this COVID-19. More information could be found at our website, www.etsatcc8.ca, and at our Facebook account. This will be on a first-come, first-served basis. Thank you and mabuhay.
Tumayong buong tapang harapin ang buhay, yakapin ang tagumpay. Tulungan ang kapwa't bigyang halaga, wag hatakin ng pababa. Isipin wag sana ang sarili lang, pakisama't bayanihan. Subukan nating isulong at ligawan ang magandang bukas. Ikaw at ako magkasama tayo, salubungin ang kinabukasan. Hawakan ng aking kamay, sabay abutin natin ang tagumpay. Patuloy lang tayo sa pagpapanday, tiwala sa Diyos ang sandat at gabay. Subukan nating isulong at ligawan ang magandang bukas. Ikaw at ako magkasama tayo, salubungin ang kinabukasan. Pagaling ating lahi, mandirigmang Pilipino. Magandang bukas, ikaw at ako magkasama tayo, salubungin ang kinabukasan. Pagaling ating lahi, mandirigmang Pilipino. Dakila ang lahi ko, bayaning Pilipino sa makabagong panahon. Halina't hawakan ng aking kamay, sabay abutin natin ang tagumpay. Patuloy lang tayo sa pagpapanday, tiwala sa Diyos ang sandat at gabay. Subukan nating isulong at ligawan ang magandang bukas. Ikaw at ako magkasama tayo, salubungin ang kinabukasan. Pagaling ating lahi, mandirigmang Pilipino. Dakila ang lahi ko,
Magandang araw po. Ako po ay si Renee Fajardo at ikinararangal ko po ang magtanghal para sa inyong lahat ngayon pong 123rd anniversary ng kalayaan ng Pilipinas, ngayon pong Philippine Heritage Month, at para din po sa Quincentennial commemorations ng Pilipinas. Ang akin pong dalawang awitin ay mula sa 5 Filipino folk songs ni Lucrecia Casilag. Ang una po ay ang awiting Bicolano na may pamagat na si nanay, si tatay, di ko babayaan. Ang aking pangalawang awitin ay ang Chichirichit na isa pong katutubong awitin ng mga Tagalog. Maligayang pagdiriwang po sa diwa at kultura ng Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po. Si nanay, si tatay, di ko babayaan. Malakit na utang sa kuyang utang. Si pagdaras ako ning siyang nabunan. Katas na dinudong, di ko maayadan. Ay nanay, ay tatay ko na kumahalin. Hihitaman sa gabos mong aki. Makakuha ka man ning makakasangin. Di na makarukan sa ugali. Si nanay, si tatay, si nanay, si tatay, di ko mabayaan. Si nanay, si tatay, ay di ko mabayaan. Di ko Chichirichi, talibangbang, sa laginto, sa lagupang, ang babae sa lansangan, kung gumiri parang tandang, Santo Niño sa pandakan, puto seko sa tindahan, kung ayaw mong magpautang, uubusin ka ng langgam, mamamama, namamangka, pasakayin niya ring bata, pagdating sa Maynila, ipagpalit ng manika, ale-ale, namamayong, pasukunin niya ring sanggol, pagdating sa Malabong, ipagpalit ng bagoong, chit-chirit-chit, alibangbang, sa laginto, sa lagubang, ang babae sa lansangan, kung gumiri parang tandang.
Pilipinas na aking bayan, lantay na perlas ng silanganan, marina tibo ng kayamanan ng may kapal. Bigay sa aking talino sa mabuti lang laan, sa aking katutubo ang maging mapagmahal. Ako'y Pilipino, ako'y Pilipino, isang bansa, isang diwa ang minimithi ko. Sa bayan ko't bandila, laan buhay ko't diwa, ako'y Pilipino, Pilipinong totoo. Taas noo kahit kanino, ang Pilipino ay ako.
Hello! Happy Philippine Independence Day to all. I am Ron Adea from Mississauga, Ontario. In celebrating the 123rd anniversary of the proclamation of the Philippine independence and the annual Filipino Heritage Month, as well as the Quincentennial Commemoration of the Philippines, I would like to dedicate these 3 piano renditions of Maligayang Bati, Dahil Sa'yo, and Ako Ay Filipino to all. Thank you so much, Central Rizal, Toronto, for organizing this special event. Stay safe, everyone. Mabuhay!